Hello everyone, I think we should be streaming very soon. Yep, it seems like we're streaming. Let me check on YouTube just to make sure. Let me know if the audio is okay. Oh, testing. Come on, YouTube. Hi, Beej. Oh, Beej, Beej is in the live chat. I wanted to mod you. Can I mod? Would you be interested in being the mod of the live chat? Let me know. And let me know how's the audio. Go live on Facebook. Hell yeah, I was looking forward to an episode. Hi, Jeremy. Hey, how's my audio? Can somebody tell me how my audio is? Okay, so we're both on Facebook and on YouTube. I'm going to try to keep an eye on both of them. Today we have some bizarre set of news. Well, what else is new, right? There's no video or audio, guys. What? No, what are you talking about? Jeremy, I think that's your... What are you talking about? It's offline? No, it's not. Wait a minute. Maybe I did something wrong on YouTube. Let me check. I think the Facebook people have it all set. Let me check what I'm doing wrong on the... No way. Did it go offline on YouTube? Really? Okay, let's check again. Why would it do that to me? Are we back on? Okay, there we go. I don't know what happened. I think there's too many things open on my... there's too many things going on. But we're on now, right? So everything is good. Let me just check on my end. And we're back. It works now, Armin. Okay, I hope it doesn't... The restream is acting up with me. I'm thinking that we might go offline again. I hope we don't. It's acting weird. Please work. Facebook is working fine right now. Usually Facebook is the one that gives us trouble. Too many tabs open. Well, what do? I need the tabs open. Maybe I could pause this one for less. I'm gonna close the tabs. Thank you for the people in the live chat. By the way, Beej, is it okay if I mod you so that you could mod? I mean, we don't... Too many tabs open. But you're right, actually. You're joking, but you're right. Video back. Hi, Mars. How Dutch? How Soraya? Hi, everyone. Can you guys... Dutch Skeptic, let me see if the Facebook people are okay. Hey, guys. Facebook people, is everything okay? It's good. Yeah, Facebook people, I think everything is working out for them today. I'm not sure why YouTube is acting up. I can see on Restream that it's still thinking, but I don't know what's going on. Anyways, man, I'm a mod. Germany is a mod. Europe on both. Small delay, not bad. Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Justin X. Okay, so by the way, guys, we're at 22 patrons. We're running out of money. We have a team to pay, and we're running out of money. So we really need some help. If you guys, we think that if we reach 100 patrons, we should be able to cover our costs. So far, we've been paying so much out of our own pockets, but we don't have much anymore to pay. We have a full team that does a lot for Atheist Republic. So, and we're getting really close to running out of everything we have. So if you guys could go to patreon.com/Atheist Republic. The link is in the description. We got to 22 patrons. I think by the time we get to 100 patrons, we should be able to afford everything. So please, even $1 patrons are still amazing. So please help us out. Okay, so that being said, let's go to the news. So another thing is that these I have the news summaries here. Anna is doing a great job while Ali is not here. Anna is helping me with preparing the news summaries. I'm going to tell her to go. So if you guys are not happy with the news that we're covering sometimes, like if you think there are more important news, Ali used to go check out the comment sections of the last week's YouTube video to see what to cover next week. If anybody has any news that thinks it deserves to get more attention. But Ali hasn't been around for a while, so I'm going to ask Anna to make sure to check out the comment section. Once this is the live version that you're listening to, but when it goes out, I mean, I don't know, maybe you're not listening to this live actually, but once it goes out, the YouTube version of it is when it's not live anymore. In the comment section, if you go there and give us suggestions on what to cover, and then that would help us make sure that we're covering the news that is important to you and bring attention to stuff that you think is important. And also leaving comments on the YouTube video helps our channel grow as well. So that's and again, this is Atheist Republic, so we want to make sure it's a voice of the community. So that's why we want to hear what the news that you guys think is important for us to cover. We'll try to help. Okay, Mars. Thank you so much, Mars. By the way, Mars, Beach, Suraya, anybody if at any point wants to be live chat mod, let me know. I would like to, you guys, before we get too big, I want you guys, the people that were here from the beginning, to be, to become mods. All right, so let's go to the first news. This is, by the way, I didn't pick the news, okay? Don't judge me. I don't know if this is important. I don't think it's important, but the team, Anna picked the news, so, you know. Anyway, so the first news is, during the funeral of Aretha Franklin, Bishop Charles H. Ellis III, holy fuck, that's a huge name, Charles H. Ellis III, I think. Is that how you read it? A pastor for the Greater Grace Temple in Detroit is caught in a video groping Ariana Grande's breast. He apologized and said that it was not his intention to touch her and that he was just being too friendly. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Do you guys want to actually look at the video and judge for yourself? I don't really know if I want to judge this. God damn it. What, Anna, what are you doing to me? Why am I now in a position to make speculations about somebody? I don't know what's going on. But by the way, just to let you guys know, the Friendly Atheist titled this. Let me see if I could give you a better scene so you could see this. Is this a better scene? No, that's not it. Is this yeah, okay. Oh, this is not even showing the full thing. Display capture. Let's bring it a little bit to the side and then show you the full thing. There we go. Okay. You guys see this? So apparently the Friendly Atheist, Hamed Mehta, he's saying that he clearly, so Hamed, I think he made a decision that this was clearly a grope. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, let's look at the video. I really think, again, I'm not picking the news.
I've got to apologize because
I
have to brush up. My 28-year-old daughter tells me, Dad, you are old at 60. When I saw Ariana Grande on the program, I thought that was a new something at Taco Bell. Girl, let me give you all your respect.
Okay, this obviously the picture was misleading. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's going on. It is possible for you to accidentally touch somewhere that you're not supposed to touch, okay? I don't know why it's so obvious to people. I don't want to blame people for something I don't know what happened. No, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna blame somebody for something. I don't think this is fair. Are we just attacking people because they're bishops now? I don't know. Maybe he did. I mean, how dumb does he have to be to think like this is a good idea to do it in front of a camera, in front of these people? Like, I don't think people. I mean, people are stupid, but it can't be that stupid. Come on. Um. No, okay. This is actually now. This is to me now. This is not about this Ariana Grande stuff. Now this is to me more about just going after religious people just because they're religious. I think. I mean, is this atheist news because this guy that did this is a bishop? I don't know. I mean, it could be an accident. Couldn't it be an accident? It could be an accident. Like, how dumb do you have to be to do this in front of all these people? I don't know. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say it's probably he didn't do it on. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he did it. Okay, maybe he did it on purpose. I don't know, but I don't know. He must be too. If he did that on purpose, then he's such an idiot. I mean. I don't think we can, this is now a bigger deal to me than the actual, alleged groping. It might be alleged groping, but says something about the atheist community that, this becomes news just because this guy was a bishop. I think that's the news. This is the news. Atheist community goes after bishop because he's a bishop. Well, okay, so live chat is saying theists are dumb. I don't know. There are a lot of smart theists out there. Not all of them are dumb. They're all dumb about God, I guess, but they're not dumb about everything. Let's put this way. Would he have put his hand on a guy away? I mean, I put my hand around a guy away when I'm talking to them. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Okay? I'm just thinking that we just can't know. We can't just go be like, obviously he did this. Like, of course, I don't know if it's obvious. Maybe the advice, if he did it on purpose, then he's a fucking scumbag and is an idiot fucking scumbag. But if he didn't do it on purpose, we have to be telling him, like, be more careful where you put your hand, okay? It could be as bad as he's an idiot scumbag, or as not, or the best case scenario is like watch your hand, where you put your hand, okay? So either way, he's very careless. No, either he's very careless or he's a idiot scumbag, okay? So, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Do you guys think I'm wrong? Am I making excuses for a scumbag? Let's see what the Facebook chat is saying. Change the subject. Okay, change the subject. I think this was okay. To be fair though, this is not important news, but I think the fact what it says a lot about us as the atheist community as well. Like, we shouldn't go after religious people for the fact that they're religious. At first I was gonna say this is not very important news. I don't know why it's the first news, but now I think it's a good way to self-reflect and see, what are we doing? Are we just accusing religious people just because they're religious? And is this an atheist news because a bishop did it? Like, it's good to think about this. So it might be not as unimportant as I thought it was. Okay, let's move on. Let me close this tab so we have less tabs open. I was going to read the comments, but a lot of people in the live chat are saying to move on, both on Facebook and YouTube and YouTube. So we're going to leave that one. We're going to go to the next. All right. What is the title here? After, oh my God, this guy. Are we talking about this? The Colin Kaepernick ad, with regards to with Nike and everything. How is this atheism or religion related? Let's see. A Christian college in Missouri, the College of the Ozarks, I don't know, has a handbook that says students who support LGBT. Wait, is this the right? Am I reading the right summary? Yes, I am. So why is this LGBT related? Has a handbook that says students who support... actually, let me read the title first. After Colin Kaepernick at Christian school bans Nike apparel from... oh, really? What? Okay, let's see. So this Christian college in Missouri, they have a handbook that says students who support LGBTQ are subject to disciplinary action. Wow, really? Just last year, the school announced that students are forced to stand for the national anthem. Okay. After Nike's ad of Colin Kaepernick, the school decides that they will no longer be using any product of Nike. Their reason was that they believe that they're promoting division and disrespect towards the U.S. Okay, then we should ban Christianity as well. Pope Francis thinks... Oh, no, wait a minute. That's the next news, isn't it? Yes. Anna, come on. They mix the summaries together. Okay, so I don't know why we're talking about this. I guess this is a college that's now bans these products in their school. Again, I guess this is just because it's Christian. I think this is more political than... So the LGBT stuff that they banned in the school is religion related. Do you guys think the fact that it's a Christian school has anything to do with now they're banning Nike shoes? I guess we could say like a lot of Christian schools are also politically right. So they're politically right, being motivated by anything that comes from the left. They don't... I don't know. I guess this is a lot of people... in the United States, a lot of... actually, I think this is for Europe as well. But a lot of right-wing religious people are also the nationalist ones. I really don't know this whole thing about kneeling, not celebrating the national anthem and stuff. To me, I mean, we haven't commented on that. I don't know what you guys think about this in the live chat. I'm not really myself very pro nationalism, disrespecting the flag, saying stuff like that, disrespecting the anthem. All that sounds bullshit to me. Like all of that sounds like really. It reminds me of religion a lot. I know it's not religion, but it very much sounds and feels like dogma. Respecting their all that's it makes me cringe. Do you guys feel the same way? Or I think a lot of you might actually have some nationalism in you. I don't. I mean I'm a citizen of Canada and Iran, and I don't have any sense of nationalism for any of them. I don't know. Let me see what you guys think. And again, the boycotting boycotting the company by burning their shoes or not wearing their. I mean, it's not going to affect the company. Their stock dropped for 2%, and then it went back up. I think it's not going to affect them at all. In fact, after all the burning, they decided to put the ad up. This is going to bring more brand awareness for them. I think this is going to help them more than it's going to hurt them. So I don't know. It's all ridiculous. This is not something that I think is worth protesting or worth fighting against. I mean, on the other side as well, I think this whole... I mean, this is going to get me in trouble, but we need to talk... Like, at some point, I'm going to have to be... I'm sure one of these news items is going to make me talk about police shootings in the U.S., and I don't know. I mean, a lot of the statistics doesn't seem to back up a lot of the people that claim that most of the accusations of what they make against the police. So again, on this whole thing, I'm both sides. I'm against both sides because one side seems to want to blame everything on racism, and it's not because of racism. And data shows that, and I know a lot of people are going to hate me for saying that, but data shows that it was mostly not because of racism. And this other people side that are offended by people making a stance, which this is not going to help. Burning Nike shoes. If you have a disagreement with people, go talk to them. Go have a conversation with them. this is going to make you look ridiculous. So I don't know, this whole thing on both sides, I think that both sides of this are being ridiculous. I know that's not going to win me any friends. This is going to make both sides of this whole argument hate me. Anyways, so I don't know why this was included. I think this is just because a Christian school did it, but I think their decision here had nothing to do with had more to do with their political stance rather than their religious stance. So I think this should not have been included here. But let's see what the comments are. Not Jehovah's Witness is saying, "I'm with you there on nationalism, reminding me of religion too. Too much exactly." Soraya is saying the clarification on the news was important. Mars is saying both sides are cultish in that regard. Oh, you guys agree with me. That's interesting. Let's see what the Facebook people say. By the way, Facebook people, make sure you tag Atheist Republic if you want me to see what you have to say. Dude is about hypocrisy, everything that drove people away from religion. Yeah, exactly. I think that's what you meant. And Nike is only doing it for profits. Well, okay, Nike is only doing it for profits. Of course it's doing it for profits. Why not do it for profits? They're a for-profit company. What should they do it for? For losses? Colin is doing it for principle. Yes, principle. I don't much disagree. I don't much agree with. Rednecks are burning Nikes because of MAGA. Yeah, I get. I think the only smart factor in this whole mess is Nike. I think they know what they're doing, and they're gonna benefit from all of this. Anthony, do some research. It will make sense. I did do research. All right, let's look at the Facebook comments here. Jordan on the Facebook post is saying, "How are the left snowflakes again? The conservatives will cry about or boycott anything." I mean, that's a fair point here. I think Jordan is making. See, this is an accurate statement here. When a lot of people said, "What about free speech?" I think they're misunderstanding what free speech is, because, people could protest during when the national anthem is playing. It's completely okay to protest it, and it's completely okay to protest against your protest, is to say that your protest is bullshit. The people that are reacting to it that are also can react to it, but when they are reacting to it, you can't say that what happened to supporting free speech, because free speech doesn't mean that there's not going to be any reaction to your speech. Okay, so when the conservatives here, when they are reacting to it, that doesn't mean they're being hypocrites when it comes to supporting free speech. But they are being hypocrites when it comes to calling people snowflakes, right? Because they do get, pretty worked up when they see this stuff like this. I mean, if you disagree with people burning your own property, expensive. I mean, I burned a Quran, and the Quran was my property, but that Quran was $5. And I still have more pages. I burned one page of it, right? So I still have many pages if I need to burn it again. So I guess it was like 2 cents. But this is your own property, and it's not going to hurt Nike because you already paid for it, Nike. But maybe, I don't know. It would have been an interesting message if you went and donated it to people so that they don't have to buy it. Where is this? Trevor Ball, taking snakes. Okay, I'm not going to read any more comments. Let's move to the next one. Let's see if there's any more comments on the YouTube live chat. Moose Gal is saying, Colin Kaepernick is doing the right thing. It's not his fault. Too many white Americans still don't want to have their race relationship discussion. My country must have. All right, so I do support the fact that that Colin is increasing discussions around this topic. I just don't agree with his stance on the matter, but that's fine. The important thing is that he's promoting discussion around the topic, right? More discussion is good, even if you don't agree with people. So let's go to the Pope. Come on. Load. Okay. Pope Francis. Okay, so Pope Francis. Yesterday we had, last week we had 2 Pope news, right? And now we have another Pope. The Pope making a lot of news recently. Pope Francis thinks the best response to allegations of child sex abuse is in the church is prayer and silence. His answers to sexual abuse victims is to be silent while they are begging for change. What the hell happened to this Pope being a reformist and everything? Same old news. Pope Francis recommends silence to deal with child abuse. Let's see. David is saying the CEO of Roman Catholic Church has one duty: keep the tax-free money flowing in. Well, actually, his main duty is to provide. I think the Catholic Church is main purpose is to create an environment where you can molest children and then protect, move around, and raise money to legally protect people that have molested children. I think the whole God and Jesus thing is now like a secondary side thing they do. Their main purpose, the main operation of this whole institution is to create an environment where you could get away with molesting children. Let me see what people are saying. Moose Gal is saying, what about Colin's stance? Don't you agree with? Well, I mentioned it a little bit earlier. I think, guys, by the way, please, I know a lot of you are fans of me, but there's stuff that we're going to find out that we disagree on, that you guys are going to hate me for if I mention it. Please try to understand that any person that you agree with, if you dig deep enough, you're going to find major disagreements that you're going to hate them for at some point. So please try to, don't abandon this whole thing. I think our disagreements with each other is going to be helpful, right? So if you guys want to discuss this whole thing, we can have a discussion about it. I just think that the statistics show, based on the statistics, in the United States, it does show that, for whatever reason, crime within the black community is astronomically higher per capita than other communities, and we could the discussion for why that is another discussion. But if you look at the numbers, then the police brutality that we're seeing against black people, the same police brutality does exist against white people. There's many examples of that. The thing is that given that there's a lot of calls to crime, well, for in black community, of course you're going to see maybe a higher number of that same. Not that the police brutality is okay. The police brutality against black people or white people or anybody else is not right? When you find it, unless you can justify it, right? But it's not. If a lot of people think that the only reason why you're saying police brutality against black people is because of racism, and the numbers just don't back that up. The numbers don't back that up. It doesn't mean that racism is not a factor, but it's not the main factor. The main factor is the fact that there's more crime in those communities. Just the laws of numbers makes it so that it happens there more often. It's just simple math. Theo Mackey is saying, I've accepted that we disagree, but I still respect you. Think you're a great voice. Oh, thank you, Theo Mackey. Yeah, again, I might be so off. I might be so wrong about this, but I'm happy that people are bringing up, making these, because it's important. Like, a lot of people are suffering because of it, right? So the fact that Colin Kaepernick is bringing this up, even if I disagree with his stance, it's a good thing, because not enough people are having this discussion. But the thing is that even people that are having this discussion, they end up hating each other instead of trying to figure out if the other side is right or wrong. Soraya is saying, it's like spreading cancer and giving medicine by same person. I think this is about the Catholics. So Muscal is saying, I'm so glad I'm done with Catholicism. Oh yeah, congratulations. I wish the church would die off. Yep, we're working on it. We're very tiny, but maybe one day. My brother still goes to Sunday mass with his wife and kids. Why anyone would bring their kids to Catholic? I don't know. And not your witness. I think you mean not Jehovah Witness. This is why the movement is actually. This is what the movement is actually about: systematic police abuse and not race. Race is just a factor within that, as you say, because blacks have higher rates in crime. Well, I don't know. I mean, I've seen. Okay, so that part of the movement that I support. It's not also clear to me if all of the police brutality, some of the, a lot of the police brutality is, has been wrong, but there are also some of them, I mean, that were justified. I think each one of these needs to be studied on a case by case basis. But what I've seen is like people, a lot of people, not obviously not everybody, just assume right away that police bad, whoever is the apparent victim good. And a lot of cases it's not like that, and too many of them are like that. So again, case by case analysis. TMIK is saying Christopher Hitchens was wrong about the Iraq War, in my opinion, but that disagreement shouldn't make us reject his work when he has a point. Good point, TMIK. TMIK is saying you're pronounced not Jehovah's Witness right the first time. Okay, not Jehovah's Witness. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Let's see the Facebook live chat people, if they have anything to say, if anybody's hating on me now. Ooh, I saw somebody tag the Atheist Republic. There's so much happening on the Facebook live chat. I'm going to miss out some good stuff. Okay. Thomas James Pollack is saying a religious point in the guise of a political point. Oh, I see. That was I think about the school. Jacob saying Atheist Republic. When he said do some research, he was replying to me. Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed that. Anthony saying Atheist Republic. Sorry, he is not qualified to lead this discussion. Sorry, do all the atheists a favor and get a critical thinker. Are you talking about me? All right. I don't know if you're talking about Atheist Republic. You just said don't paint all Catholic with the same brush just because they are religious, and now you say all they do is molest, not qualified this guy. I didn't say that's all they do. I said that's the main point of the organization. I was talking about the institution. I didn't say. In fact, if whenever every specific priest was accused individually, I made it clear to say that we're not sure if this is true. We have to see what the evidence says. I wasn't talking about each individual, but the organization as a whole needs to die. Jacob, Atheist Republic, I think you're doing a fine job, Armin. I enjoy hearing other opinions. Oh, thanks, guys. I really like it when people with different opinions can tolerate each other, even if they can't tolerate each other's opinions. All right, let's go. Theomaki. Okay, yeah, Atheist Republic. He was talking about the Vatican, not regular Catholics. Exactly. Thank you, Theomaki. Next news. What is this? A movie claiming to debunk evolution features pastors who don't understand it. Oh, that's funny. What is this news? Okay, so this is a new movie. It's called Science Falsify. What? Science Falsely So Called? Is that the... Am I reading this right? That's a stupid name if that's the actual name. Yeah, that's the actual name. Okay, I was reading it right. Okay, so the name of the movie is Science Falsely So Called. What the fuck kind of a name is that? A movie that debunks evolution will be out later this month. In the official trailer, one preacher says that Charles Darwin is a racist. Creationist Kent Hovind is also in the movie. Okay, let's watch this trailer. How about that? I want to watch the trailer. Let's go to a different scene so you guys can see what the hell's going on. Again, this is by Hemant Mehta. Nope. Okay.
To have somebody
Uh-oh.
say that something must be true, well, why? Or else what? The or else is, if that's not true, then there must be a God, there must be a moral law, there must be a final authority. And if there's a final authority, that means that he must have to answer to somebody. So it just seems like a cheap cop-out to say that something must be true or else. It's like, oh, what's the or else? The or else is that you have to answer to somebody, and that somebody's bigger than you.
Wait, is he saying scientists are saying something must be true? Because isn't that the exact opposite? Isn't that the scientists that are always saying that this is the best explanation we have, but we can't be sure, and the religious that are saying that this must be true?
So he believes spontaneous generation had to happen. That is, life had to start from non-living material. Otherwise, there would have to be a creator to create it. I would agree. There was a creator. I happen to know him personally.
Science has to meet 3 criteria. It has to be demonstrable, it has to be testable, and it has to be provable. You can't demonstrate that a speck of dust exploded 4.6 billion years ago and created all there is. You can't demonstrate that, test it, or prove it. So it's not science. It falls in the realm of religion.
To be able to make a
Okay, these people have no idea what science is or how it works, really. So if you can't, so basically the entire field of sciences that have to deal with astronomy, they should just all retire because they can't demonstrate anything, because they're talking about things that are not, it's, oh my God. I don't know. This is so dumb when you hear people that don't understand how science works. You are able to make conclusions based on evidence that are left behind from stuff that happened before. Even though you're not there to witness it now, there are stuff that are left behind as evidence that you could use to figure out what happened before. It's an easy example. Like if a detective goes to a murder scene and is looking at evidence to see who did it, you don't tell the detective, well, like, there's no way for you to re-watch the murder scene, so there's no way, so what's the point? Let's just get out of here. Like, yes, you could look at the evidence, but no, but that's not going to work, because the only way we can know who actually murdered this person is to demonstrate the actual act of murder. How dumb is that?
scientific claim. The very first part of the scientific method is to make an observation. Well, how could you observe billions of years when we've only had this science around for a few hundred years?
But are you serious? Well, look at the result of, look at the results. Like you're saying, how did we get all this information based on just a few hundred years? Well, look what we have done based on the information. Look what few hundred years, right? What you guys had thousands of years. What do you have to show for? I'm doing look at what I'm doing. I'm doing a live stream with people all around the world that I've never met in person, and what? Because of fruits of science. Yes, a few hundred years. Look at how much it achieved in such a short amount of time. Because it works, you fucking idiot. What do you have to show with your religion? After thousands of years, you have nothing to show for.
Charles Darwin was clearly a racist, and it's evident by the title of his own book.
Wait. Let's use our own logic on them. He says Charles Darwin is clearly a racist. Can you demonstrate that? You have to bring Charles Darwin right now and make him be a racist for you to be able to say that. What are you going to use to say he was a racist? He's not here anymore. Are you going to use evidence? It was in the past. You have to recreate Charles Darwin and make him be a racist for you to be able to say that. Okay, this is too dumb. We should. Do you guys?
Once in a while, I get people that that claim they don't believe in evolution, and my response generally is, "So why not? Really, why not? Your world just becomes fantastically complicated. when you don't believe in evolution.
And those who are desperate to believe in evolution because it gives them freedom from God for their lifestyle,
Oh my God.
it wouldn't matter what you showed them. But if somebody
Yeah, this is why we believe in evolution. All these scientists got around together, because they're like, guys, we need to create this whole field of study. We need to go gather evidence. Because we want to sin. We need to be free. We don't want to believe in God. So let's just build a whole scientific field around it. So we're finally free from God. What the like, do these people really think that?
somebody's honest and open and sincere, they're going to look at an arrowhead and somebody made that. It's obvious.
Oh my God. Oh, wow. Oh, you got us. Okay. Okay, I'm done with this. Next, I took too much time on this one. I think what we should do is we should go through this entire movie in one of the Atheist Republic discussion episodes. What do you guys think? Let's see what the top comments are. Oh, yeah, the top comment is way too long. Let's look at the second top comment. I don't understand why believers of faith need to debunk science. Faith doesn't require any evidence. Otherwise, it wouldn't be faith. It would be something else. Okay. Let me look at the live chat. Suraya is saying, how can someone demonstrate the emergence of energy itself? Why are they even talking about it? Hence, there can only be theory to prove it, but science achievements are enormous. The thing is that how about God? All right, like, okay, you want things to you want to demonstrate things to believe in them, then demonstrate God. Like, you want to. It's funny because they accuse atheists of people that don't believe in things unless they see it, and we say, like, no, that's not true. We're okay with evidence, and now they're going back and saying, well, you can't see it, so it didn't happen. Theo Mikey is saying, this is the irritating thing about our culture. We have a disrespectful attitude towards the method that's given us so much in hundreds of years, while religion is over-respected. Yep. Beach is saying, yes, the whole movie. Yeah, we should do that. Theo Mikey is saying, let's use their logic. The Bible says God divided humans into different races at Babel, and then chose one race to be his chosen people. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's close all this. Let's see what the Facebook chat people have to say. Oopsies. What is this one? Karen Smith. Okay, let's go look at the Facebook chat people and see if there's any new comments. Here. Atheist Republic. This is your best no, okay, that's not something. I think that's relative to the previous news. Yeah, okay, nothing on this one, I guess. I think we just have somebody that is butthurt about my police comments. Okay, nothing about this one. All right, next news. The title of this one says, after forcing student to stand for pledge, teacher pleads guilty to child abuse. What? Okay. What is this news? Karen Smith, a 60-year-old middle school teacher in Colorado, assaulted a student last February. The teacher was charged with child abuse, with injury, and also a third-degree assault as she forced a student who refused to stand. She accepted a plea deal last week and was sentenced to 18 months deferred sentence. Wonder why this is covered on an atheist. Again, not every news has to be about atheism or religion. We usually cover any story that is interesting to the Atheist Republic community, and it seemed like this was very interesting. We got a lot of comments. How many comments do we get? And 110 shares. The top comment on this one is saying, Nikki, remove the pledge, simple solution. Those who want to say it can say it at home, and then the school can focus on teaching kids. Yeah, this whole thing is very cultish, saying the pledge before the school. Jonathan is saying, fuck the pledge. I agree. Children don't even know why they're saying it. I agree with that as well. They just recite words. The only reason to have children recite words that they don't understand is indoctrination. That's a very good comment from Jonathan. I agree. This is whole. This is not. A lot of people saying this is exactly religion. Well, it's not religion, but it is dogma, right? It's dogmatic. It's bullshit. It's indoctrination. Keep it at home. I think if we manage to, in the United States, if they manage to keep prayer out of school, they should now go for the pledge. Keep that shit out of the school. Hi, Casey, atheist. Hi, Brian. Theo Mikey saying, let's use it. Okay, no, we already talked about that. Let's see that third comment here. John is saying, nothing says America like forcing your ideas and religion on someone. Okay, that's not fair. Because this is bullshit, but America, compared to most of the world, has done very good job relatively in not forcing ideas on people. Again, there's still a long way to go, but you say nothing says America like forcing your ideas and religion on someone? Are you serious, John? Are you fucking serious? Have you not seen the rest of the planet? That's actually the opposite of that is what America stands for. And again, I shit on America as much as anybody wants, but relative to the rest of the planet, it's fucking great. Okay, let's not lose sight of that. Let's see, anything on the Facebook live chat. I'm just going to do a Control F search for Atheist Republic because there's so many comments. So I'm just going to see if anybody tagged Atheist Republic. No, not for this one. Okay. All right, next one. Oh, Theo Mike is saying the pledge is just a nationalist conformity. The pledge should be recited by patriots. Yeah, I disagree with patriots, though. And I think if you're a patriot, just keep that shit at home. Don't force it on other people. Theo Mike is saying this goes against the First Amendment, which defends our individual freedom. Well, I mean, this was a good outcome, right? She pleads guilty, but I think the kids seem to have been injured in this situation. I'm hoping that what would have happened if she just forced him without actually injuring him or doing anything else? I'm hoping she will still get in trouble for that. More students need to refuse to stand or say the pledge during school. More kids need to protest. In fact, bring your own stuff. Say, like, while everybody's standing and staying there, like, just read something else. Like, read the satanic verses or something. I don't know. Okay, let's go. Oh, Brian is saying, yes, let's break the monopoly government has on the school. Yeah, I agree with that, actually. Interesting. Mars, don't go. Your comments are great. Okay, Mars is leaving. Bye, Mars. Jeremy is saying... Okay. Okay, so Catholic... next news item. Catholic priest who said teen boy seduced him. What a fucking dumbass excuse. Convicted of sexual adults. Fucking bullshit excuse. Okay, so if this is all true, this guy decided to come. So he molested a child. Let me read actually the story. So this was his fucking excuse. What a fucker. Let's see. Reverend Robert D. Land, a Catholic priest, was arrested for abusing young males sexually. He said one of the victims, well, not all of them, one of them, victims, tried to seduce him. fuck off. He was sentenced to a year in jail, just 1 year for his crimes, a 5-year probation term, and will be registered as a sex offender. Alright, so he molested a child and he was like, the child seduced me. What the fuck? Piece of shit. Alright, let's see the comments. Top comment by Greg: seduction of men by the young males and females is certainly goes on. That's nothing new. It may be rooted in sincere affection or more dubious motives. The point is, as an adult, you cannot respond. You are still responsible. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter what the kid did. Like, was that an excuse though that he used? Like, what? That's not even relevant. No matter what the kid does, it's not relevant. Yeah, okay. Matt is saying it's a shock that his flawless defense didn't work. Right. This guy needs 1 year. Do you guys think that's not too? Isn't that too lenient? 1 year? It seemed like there were multiple victims. All right. Theo Mike is saying that is not the face of a man who teen boys want to seduce. Right, but even if it's true, they're fucking kids. They're idiots. Who cares what they do? You're the adult. You're supposed. It's irrelevant what the kid has done. Let's see that while this is loading, I'm gonna check the Facebook live chat. I don't know why my computer is not loading fast today. I need better computer. Hang or give to family. Hi guys. Okay. Nope. I'm not in favor of killing these people, even though they're disgusting. I'm not gonna read that. Atheist Republic. Search for tags. Nothing here. Okay. Next news item. Beej is saying exactly, Armin, who was in charge. The priest was. Buck stops there. Exactly. Theo Mike is saying seduction is really not an excuse. Kids can't give that kind of consent. Yes, they can't give informed consent. Their consent is useless. Even if they do, even if you could show that they give consent, is useless consent. We do the same thing with adults. If they're drunk, their consent is useless because it's uninformed consent. Okay, so next news item. The Jehovah's Witnesses are encouraging women to stay with abusive husbands. What else is new? Isn't that what they always been doing? Why is this news? Let's see. Women are not to get a divorce under any circumstances, even physical abuse. That is an advice to women in abusive relationships from the Watchtower, a monthly magazine by the Jehovah's Witnesses. Oh wow, they actually put that in their magazine? This is not new. Oh, hi Lisa Ashley, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. That's very sweet, very kind. Thank you so much, Lisa. I really appreciate that. We need the support. Let me see. They actually put that. I used to read the Watchtower magazine. I want to see if is there a picture of it or a video of it. No, there's no picture of it. But there's a quote here of it. I'm not gonna read it. You guys could find this yourself. But this is something. This is not new, right? Like the Catholic Church in Philippines, they do that. The stuff that I've noticed by myself. Most Islamic schools do that. Most Christian schools do that. Schools of thought do that. I guess the news here is that they were daring enough to put it in their Watchtower magazine. I think that's what made it the news, because that's a very highly circulated. I think it's very. I see it everywhere. Every fucking country I go, there's Jehovah's Witnesses standing somewhere with this Watchtower magazine. So the fact that they put it in the magazine shows how far apart they are in their understanding of society. For not only the fact that they think this is okay, but the fact that they thought that they could just put this in their magazine and publish it to the whole world and not know that they're going to get a reaction. I mean, maybe they knew they're going to get a reaction, and that's what they wanted. Kay is saying, actually, no, Jehovah's Witnesses don't like too much attention on them, I think. So, what the hell? Why did they do this? This is like, do they not understand how this looks to the rest of the civilized world? Kay is saying, that is why men love religion. It puts them in total control. They can be as no fucking good as they want, but it is okay. Religion does more harm than good. Yeah, religion is the original incels, right? Christianity and Islam is the original incel organization. They managed to get the whole incel mindset into a very huge funded organization, basically forcing women into positions that they don't want because they can't convince them to be with them themselves. People are like shocked when they look at the incel chats and discussions. They're always shocked by what they say, which is shock. They should be shocked by it, but every time I read it, they're like, oh, this sounds like Islam. Tina is saying, my father sexually abused my oldest sister. Oh, fuck. Starting when she was 3. My mom was Jehovah's Witness, and the church told my mother it was her fault for not giving him enough sex. Holy fuck. And my sister's fault because she was tantalizing him. Freaking sick. So, did you hear this? Okay, I'm going to read this again. Okay, Tina, she's an ex-Jehovah's Witness, and she's saying in the comment of the post that we made on Atheist Republic Facebook, she's saying, my father sexually abused my oldest sister starting when she was 3. My mom was Jehovah's Witness, and the church told my mother it was her fault for not giving him, meaning the father, enough sex. And my sister's fault because she was tantalizing him. Is that how you say it? Freaking sick. Yeah. Holy fuck. And I bet you they didn't even see that they were being fucking sick people. Like they say these stuff, and we read these things, and we hear these stories, and we're like, what the fuck? But these words come out of their mouths, and they make these suggestions and these recommendations, and they are so deep in their dogma that they don't even notice how fucking sick this is. Theo Mikey is saying Jesus' anti-divorce stance has kept men and women in miserable marriages for too long. And you read Watchtower. They used to visit me often at my home. I think I was the only one that actually invited them to my place instead of them knocking to my door. Are you a masochist? Okay. Beej saying, it said even if the man is physically abusive, she must pray for him and stay. This is messed up. I agree, Jeremy. Theo Mack is saying it really is a lot like the incels. Israel's monotheists were incels that couldn't stand up to the chads of Rome, and Christianity and Islam showed up as Elliot Rogers. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to close this one. Next story. Oh, let's see what the Facebook people have to say. Guys, on Facebook, make sure if you guys want me to read any of your comments, to tag Atheist Republic. All right, nothing. Atheist Republic is not tagged here, so I'm gonna go to the next story. What's the next story? The title says, Muslim cleric cheers canning of lesbians, says it will bring Allah's blessing. Is this in the Indonesian story? I heard this happen in Indonesia. Let's see. 2 women who were convicted of sexual relations between women were canned 6 times in Malaysia. Oh yeah, this is Malaysia, not Indonesia. A Muslim cleric says, oh, fucking hell. So, first of all, the first part of this story should be the main story. This reaction to it is secondary. So this story is about the reaction to the more important story, which is 2 women in Malaysia were convicted of being lesbians and got canned 6 times each. And let me remind you, this is Malaysia, okay? This is not Pakistan, this is not Iran, this is not Saudi Arabia, this is not Bangladesh. This is the example that people give to us as the most moderate and tolerant Muslim country, as advanced first world country, and as an example for how an Islamic country could be. Like, look, don't look at Iran, don't look at Saudi Arabia, look at Malaysia and look at Indonesia. Look, an Islamic country could be modern, just like these 2 countries. Look at that, right? And my response is like, fuck you. This is if this is the best Islam can give us, then Islam needs to die. Anyways, let's look at the reaction of this cleric. Muslim cleric cheers canning of lesbians, so he's happy about it, and he says it will bring Allah's blessings. I want to read more. Allah's blessing my fucking ass. Let me see what he said exactly. So his name is, he has a fucking long name. I'm not going to read his name. Where is this quote? What is more important is the method of Sharia canning will invite Allah's blessing to the people and the state, like it was convicted in the Prophet's in the Prophet's hadith. There is no spiritual soul in the implementation of civil criminal punishments. Okay. Alright, fuck it. This guy is an idiot. Doesn't deserve more attention. Fuck him. Fuck Malaysia. Fuck Islam. And fuck your hadith. And fuck your prophet. Okay? Let's look at the comments. Kathleen is saying, I misread this and thought it said they were canning lesbians. I'm like, how do you can... Okay, I shouldn't be laughing. How can you can a lesbian? Where can I buy a can of lesbians? Okay. Shit. Kathleen, why are you making me laugh? This is not something you should be laughing about. Nick is saying, I'm sure he keeps the image of canning lesbians firmly in his mind as he shuffles off for a quick bathroom break. Okay, Daniel is saying, and a kick in his nuts will bring much rejoicing. Okay. Anyways, a lot of people are making jokes about this. Let me see if the YouTube... Theomaki is saying, another one of Reza Aslan's excuses debunked. Exactly. I hope these idiots never use these countries as a role model for Islamic countries. Theomaki is saying, used a cane to beat them. Oh, cane. Hey, is that how you say it? Am I reading this wrong? I think I read it the way Kathleen read it. Caning? Is that how you say it? Let me see. I thought it's cane, but when it's a verb format, then it's... Oh, yeah, you're right, guys. Yeah, okay. Caning, sorry. My English is my second language. That's always my excuse. So people don't get away with that excuse, but I have that excuse. Get it. So caning. So much for moderate Indonesia. Oh, this is Malaysia. I made a mistake at the beginning. It was Malaysia. So yeah. So it's, let me see. Yeah, Armin, your accent is showing. Yeah, this is worse than accent. This is me saying instead of canning them. Well, Kathleen. Okay, Kathleen, which is from. Here's my excuse. Kathleen, where are you from? Help me out here. Kathleen, I don't know where she's from, but she also read it as canning. So there you go. I don't care. You guys can make fun of me if I misread this. Okay, so truth against heresy. The full story is that as these ladies weren't even having sex, they were merely being intimate. Oh, really? Okay. The claim is that they were attempting to when got caught. Okay, so Malaysia needs a LGBT revolution. Like, come on, guys, we need to do something about this. Like, we need to reach out to LGBT activists in Malaysia. What happens? Okay, so what's the punishment? I want to know if you can actually be an LGBT activist in Malaysia without actually doing anything sexually. Would that also get you in trouble? Freelance opportunist is saying, what about the Pakistani pop star and all the ignorant shit she's been saying on Twitter? What about it? Can you let us know about it? Teo Mike is saying, yeah, Armin, your accent is showing. Oh, yeah, I read that. Oh, the Lebanese weren't volunteering for the... Nope, okay, I'm not going to... Tag me if I want to read that. Theo Mike is saying, I need to head off. Be safe. Hope you're well. Oh, no. We're losing another good commentator. Beej is saying, see you, Theo. Bye, Theo. Bye, Theo. Theo is awesome. Save the lesbians. Give them Amos E. Okay. Let me see the Facebook chat. Hello from Lebanon. It's scary in here. I'm just saying, I don't understand, my friend. I feel your pain for the Islamic world, but pretty much nothing will change this. Oh, no, it will. We already talked about this. Stuff is going to change. I don't want to use my examples that how stuff are easily changed. Unless you might actually enjoy the caning part. No. Okay, so Andres, I disagree with you in Facebook live chat because look at how fast change comes to countries. Look at Germany. Look at Iran going backward. I mean, look at really quick 2 examples I give when people say nothing's going to change. Germany, within 1 generation, went from a country that believed that Aryan race was the superior race and gassed the Jews and gypsies and everyone else, but to a country that was so afraid of being racist that had an open border policy for refugees for a while until they saw that it's not sustainable. They were so afraid to have a screening process because they thought it would be racist. Within 1 generation, that's how Germany changed, right? And I also give the example of Iran, that within 1 generation, it went from a country that the only country in the world that made hijab illegal for everybody in public to a country that made the hijab mandatory for everybody in public, including foreigners and non-Muslims. And this is within 1 generation. So change happens very fast. Next news. Yeah, okay, Jack is saying, Armin, the Germans changed because they lost. Yeah, well, they changed. Well, if you think that change happens only if you lose the war, then look at communism, because communism lost, and it was a Cold War. It wasn't even an outright, a war between using weapon, So communism also lost within 1 generation, and it didn't even take, it didn't take war to get it there. It was a battle of ideologies. Okay, let's look at this next news. What is this? Watch this woman call out her alleged rapist in his own Mormon chapel. Oh God! Wow, do you guys want to watch this? During a fast and what? Fast and testimony meeting at a Mormon church. McKenna Denson shared her testimony that she was raped in the center's basement by the man who ran the Mormon church's main missionary. Holy shit! Training center. Joseph L. Bishop in 1984. My God, this is a very un-Mormon thing to do. Right in front of everybody, putting everything out. McKenna claimed that the church knows of Bishop's assault towards women, but did nothing. Bishop confessed to molesting another woman. Church leaders removed McKenna, fucking assholes, from the microphone. Why would you remove her from the microphone instead of the motherfucking... Okay, let me see. Let's see what happened. I have to watch this. Sorry, guys. We need to watch this. This seems crazy. All right, let's go full screen with the scene. AR3. Okay, let's watch this. How long is this? 2 minutes.
I'm a visitor. I don't live here. I live in Colorado. I'm really grateful, though, to be able to stand up and bear my testimony today because I have great confidence and love for the Savior. Edmund Burke said that the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. The First Presidency and the Quorum of the 12 Apostles are covering a sexual predator that lives in your ward. His name is Joseph Bishop. He was the MTC president in 1984 when he raped me in the basement of the MTC. If you're not aware of this, thank you. Yeah, I'll be done in just a minute.
Oh, motherfucker, let her speak. Are you serious? Look, are you serious? She's... Oh, fucking asshole. Get the fuck away.
I will. Thank
like, instead of, like, instead of looking at, like, oh, my God, really, where is that guy? We should get him out of here. Like, they were like...
I'd love to talk to you afterwards.
Okay.
Can I talk
However,
to you afterwards?
absolutely. I'd love to talk to you afterwards.
Can I please?
However, for the atonement to take place, we have to be accountable for what we do. We don't...
What, did you see the woman? The woman in the audience are stopping people from recording this. Like, this is not, the people here are not thinking, oh my God, this poor woman. They're like, oh no, my church. This is what these people are thinking. Look at these people's priorities. The guy that is standing up that is trying to move her away from the microphone. The woman in the audience that is trying to stop other people from recording this.
Get to...
Thank you.
To you,
okay?
yeah, but you know what? You're in my personal space.
Okay.
No. I have more to say. My name is...
Look, they're touching her. They're forcing her away. You can't do this. This is a crime, isn't it?
McKenna Jensen.
Okay.
I approve this message. I will share with you. However, it is really important...
Oh! Holy fuck, they're pushing her.
It is really important that you understand, in order to keep our ward safe, in order to keep our church safe, do not call the police. Don't touch me. You're
Oh my God, she's great. Yes, call the police.
assaulting me.
Yes.
In order to keep the church
Call
safe,
the police.
we
Somebody...
need to hold sexual predators accountable, whether they are
You can't manhandle somebody like that. You can't push her around. Like, fuck, get your hands off. Like, is somebody calling the police?
Pedophiles, or whether they are rapists like Joseph Bishop.
For you to share this, okay? Come on.
No, okay. I wish she...
You know, this is assault, right? And you know that we're filming this, right?
This is not assault.
This is not assault. Fuck off. No, yeah, nobody in the audience, like, people, and did you see the person in the audience that was trying to stop it from recording was like another woman? Like, oh my God. It's a fucking piece of shit. Okay, let's look at let's come back in. All right, back here. Let's see the comments. Rebecca Turner is saying, and those assholes trying to stop her, putting their hands on her to silence her, and we wonder why there is such a rape culture. Yeah, again, incels, the de facto rape culture is religion. Tamari is saying nothing good came out of that. Yeah, it did. it exposed them. This whole video is very telling. Teenagers and children were there in any religion, no matter their beliefs. We believe in choice and accountability. Her victory is short-lived. This man can hide and run and not be held accountable for years to come. Well, Tamari, this is not the right attitude to have. I'm not going to read, the comment is very long. I'm not going to read the rest of it. But if you just say that nothing is going to come out of it, then maybe try to do something to make that not be the case. You just sit back and say like, hey, nothing is going to happen. Well, maybe it's because of people like you that they just sit back and say nothing is going to happen. All right. I'm going to move to the next story. I'm just going to first, while this is loading, see what you guys have to say. Soraya is saying, please send the link. All right. There you go. Here's the link. Muscal is saying, aren't churches supposed to be promoting morals? What the fuck is wrong with them? Well, yeah, the morals is protect your church at all costs. I guess the church's reputation is more important than a woman's safety. Exactly. That's the problem is not that they're promoting morals. They're not promoting morals. The problem is that they have shitty morals. She said, don't touch me. Yes. Okay, let's see if the Facebook live chat has anything to say. The Facebook live chat is mostly discussion between people themselves there. So not much here. And that's about it. Okay. The last news. I'm in the last news. This is the third time that we're covering a story that I'm actually in the news myself, which is I'm hoping that at some point this shit doesn't become so serious that I'm covering a tragedy or something. But let's see. But this time I'm in the news again. This is the third time that we're in the Atheist Republic news. I was part of this, this event that happened. So the story goes, Houston Hilton kicks out customers wearing I'm an ex-Muslim, ask me why shirt. So this was done by ex-Muslims of North America. A couple of days ago, I was contacted by Muhammad Sayed and Sarah Haider, and they're doing a fucking amazing job with these. I love the fact that they're doing this, right? They came up with this plan, and they contacted me, and they asked me to be a part of it. And the girl that you see in the picture on the right, she's amazing. I'm so happy that I ended up working with her. Her name is Hazar, and I'm hoping that ex-Muslim of North America is going to do this more. So the story is, so ex-Muslim of North America came to us, and they asked us if there's a conference in Houston. The ISNA conference is the largest ex-Muslim convention in the United States, largest Muslim convention in the United States, where Muslims from all around the United States come to attend conferences. They have the biggest speakers there. Linda Sarsour was speaking. Mehdi Hassan was speaking. And so a whole bunch of Muslims from all around the world come out, and they, and this is so it was a huge opportunity for us to go and talk to some Muslims, and so we wanted to ask them we wanted to ask Muslims about their attitudes and their belief about ex-Muslims, and when it came to Muslims, I've done this a few times before, and the interesting thing is I told them I knew what's going to happen, and with Muslims, and it kind of my expectations of Muslim attitudes was pretty accurate, because most Muslims in North America, most Muslims, not all of them, will tell you this. Will tell you in Islam it says that to each person their own religion. It's fine that you're an ex-Muslim. No, you shouldn't be killed. No, you shouldn't be ostracized. We should be able to get along. Ex-Muslims and Muslims should be able to talk to each other. Yes, it's fine to criticize Islam. Yeah, yada yada yada. That's what I expected we would get. We did get some negative reactions from Muslims, but most of them was positive. And, that's great, okay? That's what we wanted to document, and that's what we wanted to show. And again, I always tell people most Muslims are better than Islam, even though we have the Quran that tells you what's going to happen, how anti-kafir the Quran is, like there's no doubt about it. How many hadiths that we have that tells you that ex-Muslims should be killed. Those are accurate. Those are there. There's no denying that. But most Muslims are better than their religion, just the same way most Christians are better than their religion. And the good thing about showing that to people that is because a lot of Muslims are not this tolerant. And, documenting this and showing that Muslims are willing to talk to ex-Muslims does, in my opinion, does two things. First of all, it shows to the people on the left that please get the fuck out of our way. We can criticize Islam, and Muslims there are a lot of Muslims out there that are willing to listen to us. You are not protecting anybody. You are more sensitive than the Muslims that you're pretending to protect. Get the fuck out of our way. We want to have a conversation with them. Another point to this is it shows to a lot of Muslims that outside of North America that are not as tolerant, that look, hey, it's possible to be Muslim and be tolerant of people that are criticizing your religion. And usually you could argue these things. By my experience, demonstrating these to people usually works better than just telling people that something is possible. But just like as I mentioned, a lot of people from with leftist attitudes. I mean, again, not all, not all. There are a lot of great thinkers on the left. There are a lot of great thinkers on the right. Not everybody on the left is a social justice warrior, far left. Not everybody on the right is like alt-right, okay? The word right and alt-right shouldn't be used interchangeably. But a lot of people that are influenced by far left propaganda feel like they have this survivor complex. They want to come and protect the Muslims. And we saw it here because we, as much as we were tolerated by Muslims, we weren't tolerated by non-Muslims that were offended by what we had to say. A lot of people say, why were you going to this Muslim convention? You're trying to incite, you're trying to get a reaction out of Muslims. Yeah, well, first of all, bullshit. Look at the reaction that we got from them was mostly positive. Second of all, we asked everybody if they want to talk to us. Anybody that didn't want to talk to us, we didn't talk to them, okay? So we were just having conversation with people that wanted to have a conversation with us. And a lot of people are saying, well, you were there to protest something, so it's fully right to get kicked. So let me tell you what happened, right? So we went to the... by the way, just a shout out to Ex-Muslims of North America. They want to do more projects like this. Go support them if you want to see more projects like this. This is very valuable in my opinion. A lot of people think that we got kicked out of the convention. Obviously, it's their conference. They're going to kick you out of the convention if they want. It's a private business in the Starbucks, and the Starbucks was part of the convention, like in that area. No, the Starbucks was completely separate. Okay, it was on the other side of the street. It was you had the conference over here with all the Muslims, and the Starbucks was at the Hilton Hotel, inside the Hilton Hotel, completely separate from the convention. The only thing that made it relevant to the convention was in the hotel that the Starbucks was at. There were a whole bunch of Muslims staying because they were there to be at the convention. So I guess the Hilton security thought, well, this is going to offend my guests, and they decided to kick us out. And this is the Starbucks that is on the corner, which has a door that is open to the public. Nobody else was asked to leave. And again, we weren't. This Starbucks was the place where we came to get some drinks. We weren't recording anything at the Starbucks. We weren't interviewing anybody at Starbucks. We weren't even talking to anybody other than the Starbucks staff and ourselves at the Starbucks. Right? That was just a place for us to chill and relax when we go back and talk to people. Nothing was being done there. The security came, and okay, the first incident that happened was that I wasn't there. It was Atif, Hazar, and Lena were there. All ex-Muslims. They were wearing a shirt, and which says, "I'm an ex-Muslim. Ask me why." And they were asked to leave, and they left. And I remember seeing Hazar coming back to us, and she was upset. I asked her what's going on, and she said they kicked us out of Starbucks. So I told the camera guy we need to go back to the Starbucks, see what the hell happened. And Hazar led the way, and me and our camera guy followed her, and we went back to Starbucks. And I could see the security guard from the other side of the street just watching us, saying they were ready for us to get there. And we got there, and the guy made it very clear that we can't go in. And he said that he mentioned our shirt, so it was clear it was about our shirt. And he said we made it clear that we weren't part of the protest because there were a whole bunch of protests going on as well. We weren't there part of the protest. We were just interviewing people. And they said, and they mentioned it was because of our shirt. So I wasn't. Here's a good thing: I was not wearing the shirt. And Hazar said, "Can I go inside?" Because I was. Said, "He's not wearing the shirt. Can he go in?" And he said, "No." Right. So to me, that was a clear indication that it's not just wearing the shirt that's an issue. It's about the shirt shows who we are, and who we are means that we can't go back inside. Okay? Just to give you guys some context, imagine if this happened to somebody that said, "I'm a Muslim, ask me why." If somebody was wearing that shirt and they were not allowed to go inside because of that shirt. Imagine the outrage, the rightful outrage that would be out there right now. Imagine if somebody said, "I'm gay and I'm proud," and had a gay flag on there, and they were refused entry. Okay? Or imagine if somebody was refused entry because they were black. The outrage would be, this is getting some attention right now thanks to Richard Dawkins, thanks to Sam Harris, but it's not getting nearly as much as attention thanks to him at Mehta. Is not getting as much as attention as it should have compared to any other people that would have been kicked out because of that. No, this Muscal, this was not in Canada. This was in Houston, United States. Yeah, and I'm sorry, we weren't really attracting attention when we were at Starbucks. At Starbucks, we were only just buying some food and drinks and just sitting there. We weren't doing anything. We were just sitting there. So, yeah, we weren't recording anything. We actually made it very clear that we're not be recording anything inside the Starbucks. Like the cameras were always off when we went inside, right? Well, there's nothing to record there anyways. We were interviewing people outside at the convention, completely separate from the Starbucks. This had nothing to do with convention. This was a separate place. Anyways, so now the Freedom from Religion Foundation has gotten involved, and now they're sending out a letter to both Starbucks and Hilton Hotel. I don't know who's going to be responsible for this. But the security was Hilton's security, I think. So we'll see what happens. Beej is saying, Armin, was there another group of protesters that they thought you were part of? Well, there were a whole bunch of protesters. Okay, so here's the interesting thing. There were a whole bunch of people there, and the Muslims were the least intimidating one. Okay? The Muslims were coming at the conference, so you have the convention on this side, and then on the other side of the street, the police set up areas for people that wanted to protest. And we were on the side of the convention side because we didn't want to get involved with those crazy people on the other side. I mean, we did go ask them some questions, and we got like very aggressive responses from them. So the Muslims were more welcoming to us. But the other side, the protesters from the other side, we had communists that were defending the Muslims, and they looked like the craziest. And I think the Muslims, every time they came out to see what the hell's going on, a lot of them were confused for why communists were singing the azan. They were singing the call to prayer in Arabic, and I think it confused the hell out of a whole bunch of Muslims. And you had some Christian, very Christian right-wing gun. So the communists were carrying a whole bunch, like giant guns, a lot of guns, and the Christians were carrying a lot of guns. And they were protesting against each other while the Muslims were on the other side of the street, completely separate from the fight between them. It's interesting because they were fighting about, actually it's very telling about the political climate, because you had like the far left and the far right, and they were fighting about each other on Islam, but the Muslims were on this side, and they were just doing their own thing, and they weren't even part of that conversation. We were the ones that were actually engaging with Muslims very in a friendly way, and engaging conversations with them. They were just fighting with each other, and they were both very crazy. And at some point, the Black Panther showed up, yelling for some reason, I don't know, and they had even bigger guns than everyone else. And they were very intimidating because they showed up just like in an army kind of, I don't know, they were very organized. They kept on shouting Black Power, and then they came and the police was very freaked out about them. The police went to them and like, can you please go to this part of the protest area? And they moved them, and the Black Panthers, they joined the communists. It was weird. It was bizarre. But yeah, we talked to the people, the protesters a little bit, but they were crazy. Most of them, not all of them. Well, yeah. But they were scary. I mean, I think they scared us, and they scared the Muslims as well. The Muslims were the least intimidating ones there, but every time we talked to the Muslims, they were asking us what's going. Like the good thing about the protesters was like we went into the convention, and the convention security said that we need to interview people outside. We can't interview people inside their own convention, which was fine. It was fair. I think it was fair. And so we decided to go interview people outside, but we were worried because it was hot, and it was raining sometimes, and we thought that if we were interviewing Muslims outside, there's no way we're going to get enough Muslims to talk to, because most Muslims are just going to come to the convention and just go inside, and it was air conditioned inside, there was a lot of food inside, so why would they even come out to talk to us? But the benefit of having all these communists and all these Christians and all the Black Panther was that they made such a noise outside that a lot of Muslims became curious to what's going on. And they kept on coming out to see what's happening, and that gave us the opportunity to interview a whole bunch of them. So I guess the craziness, the chaos was good for something. But we got a lot of, I mean, I can't wait for ex-Muslims of North America to release the interview footage that we had, because we got a lot of interesting interactions with the Muslim. With the conversations that we had was very interesting. So look out for that. Go to ex-Muslims of North America's YouTube channel. I think that's where they're going to release it. But again, I think this girl here, like, go watch this video as well. This is also on the YouTube channel. This Hazar, she's my new hero now. She did a very good job handling the situation. She was very calm but firm, very strong. The whole thing, like, I want if ex-Muslims of North America sends me out to another project or anything, I want to have her. I'm hoping that I'm on the same mission, kind of project with her. She's great. Also, her sister Lena is also great. And also shout out to Atif, Qada is management skills. Everybody that I met there is such a great team. It was such a great experience. But there's now more stories coming about the reaction to what happened to Hazar and her sister Lena. There's some stuff happened after that goal. I don't know how much I can tell, but I think some of them is being released by ex-Muslims of North America. So whatever is whatever is allowed to be public is being made public by them. So go check that all out. I'm gonna see. I'm hoping. By the way, I didn't pick this news. That my team picked this news. I'm happy that they picked this. I'm hoping if there's any follow up to this. The Atheist Republic team, I'm hoping that they include the follow-up story in the 10 news items that we're covering, because I would like to share that with you guys. Let me see your comments. Beej is saying, Armin, was there another group? Oh, I already answered that. Soraya is saying, this is fishy. Even in India, communists are fighting against Islamophobia. Yeah, okay. Yeah, communists are weird. Okay, guys, if you want me to read something, make sure you tag Atheist Republic so I could see it. But I noticed that Cats Are Awesome is saying something. Hey, Armin, when is the video going to come out? I don't know. Ask ex-Muslims of North America. Let me see if there's any comments that on the Facebook live chat. All right. Dude, it's Texas. I commend you coming forward and speaking for ex-Muslims. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I know we have, Anthony, I know we have some disagreements, but I appreciate that. See, we can agree on some stuff and disagree on other stuff. Ben is saying, I'm so upset. I was in Houston last weekend and checked out the Muslim conference at the George R. Brown Center with my girlfriend. Out of curiosity, I can't believe that I missed you. Oh, sorry, Ben. I hope maybe next time. I would have loved to meet you. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Ben. I appreciate that. I am an atheist. Hello, everyone. Hi. Okay, let's see the top comments on this Facebook chat, the Facebook post that we made on Atheist Republic's Facebook. By the way, if you guys want your comments to be read, you could also check when we post these on the Facebook page. You could go and leave some comments here. I'm going to try to ignore the stuff that is at the top because Facebook for some reason doesn't know what a top comment is. This is the top comment. Okay. Private property. Oh, see, okay, William is saying something that everybody else keeps saying. And I'm glad that he's saying that because I want to respond to it. So William is saying it's private property. It's their right to refuse service to anyone for any reason. And before anyone asks, yes, the bakers have a right to deny service. This is how free markets works. You can control a business by not spending money at their establishment. Okay, William. That would be so the baker. So what if you refuse service to somebody because they're black? Is that going to be? Would you say the same thing? I wish I could ask this William guy the same thing. And again, what we're pointing out here is not necessarily the fact that they should be forced. Businesses should be forced to serve people that they don't want to serve. What we're showing is the difference. Okay? If we were kicked out and the reaction was the same, or like for example, let's look at the two black guys that were the cops were called on them, right, when they were at Starbucks. Or if the reaction would have been the same if somebody said, I am a Muslim. Okay, so if Starbucks says, we have a new policy, we're not serving Muslims. First of all, William, would you support that? Would you say, should it be legal? Not support. Should Starbucks be allowed to say, as a policy, that we serve everybody except Muslims? Or except gay people? Or except something else, right? And if you say if that shouldn't be legal, then you're being a hypocrite. But if you're saying yes, even that's okay. Starbucks as a organization, private organization, should legally be able to come out and say we don't serve black people. Okay, even if you say that, then what we're pointing out is look at the reaction, look at the difference between how people treat the situation where if somebody said, I am a Muslim, ask me why, and they got kicked out, compared to somebody saying, I am an ex-Muslim, ask me why. Soraya is saying, is it possible to fund using Google Play? Atheist Republic should have an Android app now. Not Google Play, but we have PayPal on atheistrepublic.com if you want to do that. We have a PayPal account, so on atheistrepublic.com. There's multiple ways to support. There are multiple ways to support us is to Patreon, PayPal, and the PayPal option. Also, you don't need to have PayPal account. You could just use your credit card or whatever to help us with on PayPal. And also, we have an address for people that want to have no. They want to send us like a check to support us, and they don't want to have any trace on the internet that they supported us, because some people are worried about that. Anyways, what do you guys think? You agree with William? This is how free markets work. I want a t-shirt that says I am ex-tribal, ask me why. That's funny. I think this is kind of sad because William is arguing. It seems like William was arguing with somebody, but that somebody's comments are now missing. So now it's just like, it looks like he's just talking to himself. So I wish I could see what the reaction was. Yeah, I can't analyze this discussion because now I'm only seeing one side of the argument. Truth Begets Heresy is saying, Atheist Republic. Armin, do you think this toxic alliance between progressivism and Islamism will prevail much longer? At what point will the unmutual objectives conflict? I don't think it will last too long. I mean, but I think the damage that it will leave behind is going to last forever. The thing is that this whole progressivism, which so-called progressivism, because I'm a progressive. I mean, the people that claim to be progressive, and their marriage with Islamism, or Islam in general, because Islam is Islamism. This has awakened a more ancient enemy, which is the far right, which is the ethno-nationalists, and that this whole far right and ethno-nationalism, it's a reaction to this far left stuff. So even if far left dies and goes away, this ideas, like they are a weaker meme. Okay, they are not a very strong meme, but they have awakened a stronger and a more ancient meme that we're not going to be able to get rid of, and it's going to stay with us for a longer time. Muskel is saying, Atheist Republic, if a company is public, they need to allow all people to be their customers. Republicans in the U.S. want some sort of Christian theocracy mixed with the government who cannot favor one religion. Well, it's not by public. So when you say public and private has two meanings. Public and private either might mean public and is in the way that it's government company versus a private company that is privately owned but no government. And another two definitions of public and private is that whether it's being sold on the stock exchange or not on the stock exchange. So that's completely separate. By public, you mean which one? Like, well, I'm sure you don't mean the second one. So you mean because Starbucks is a private company. You weren't causing any disturbance, no reason to ask you to leave. Yeah, I agree that they had no reason to ask us to leave other than the fact that they might have thought that we're going to offend their guests. But my question is, my argument with William is whether they had a right to ask us to leave. Currently, here's the thing. Even if you think that the laws shouldn't be that they don't have, that shouldn't be against them, like the laws should be so that they have the right to ask us to leave. As it stands, the laws says that they can't discriminate. Like as it stands, the law says that you can't ask people to leave because they're Christian or they're Muslim or they're whatever, right? So as the law stands, we want equal treatment with Muslims and Christians and everyone else. We want to be treated equally. So if the law was not there for anybody, then we might not be asking for equal we might not making a demand that you had no right to kick us out. We wouldn't be pointing it out because they had the same right to apply that equally to anybody else. But given that they don't have a right to kick out Muslims because they're Muslims, why is that law not being applied to us equally? They shouldn't also be able to kick out ex-Muslims because they're ex-Muslims. Cats Are Awesome is saying the Muslims there probably alerted the staff. I highly think that's true. Like, yes, I very much think that's what happened. Some people went and reported to security, like, these guys are offending us, please kick them out. And they're the hotel guests, so maybe that's what happened. Truth Against Heresy is saying, I'm quite confident there are bylaws and local state legislations that expressly forbids the discrimination against any one for their expressed views. I believe so as well. So when William is saying that they should be able to have the right to kick us out, well, as it stands, they currently don't, and we want the law to be applied equally to us as anyone else. Truth Against Heresy is a clear double standard. It's all part of pandering to the Muslim Brotherhood sponsored event. All right, so that's about it. I'm gonna head out. How long did we? Okay, good. Under 2 hours. I'm always trying to keep these under 2 hours. We've been successful at that today. Thank you guys. Love you all. Sorry for having a little bit of delay at the beginning and a little bit of technical difficulties, but I think we managed to go through it. Okay, so Moose, Gal, Soraya, Beach, Truth Against Heresy, Cats Are Awesome, Brian, you guys are awesome. Who's okay in the Facebook live chat? Anthony, Benjamin. Oh, let me see if they said okay. Dakota from Newport, Ryan watching from UK. Benjamin is also watching from UK. Ben, Alan, Lillian, Andres, you guys are awesome. Excellent show. Bye everyone. Thank you. That's saying truth. Thank you, Truth Against Heresy. Yeah. All right. See you guys next week.